Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here live from Shirts, Texas, as the Taft Greyhounds are set to take on the Roger Eagles. Again, right before we even start, this is going to be an audio only broadcast. We didn't get the visual rights to do the video streaming, but if you want to tune in, at least catch the game live, play by play, we'll be here live right here. So far tonight, the Roger Eagles won the toss and deferred to the second half, so the Greyhound offense is going to be first to come out onto the field first, right off the bat. Explosive offense we get to see. You see the Greyhounds are going to be able to keep up that high tempo offense and high scoring. Back deep for the Greyhounds, number 11 is Rodriguez to the left side, Suarez to the right side. Again, this is an audio only broadcast. We hate to break it to you, but you ain't going to get any visual feeds. We know there is a live stream with NFHS. You pay the streaming fee, you'll be able to subscribe to it, but this is an audio only. So here we go. Roger set to kick off. It's going to be a nice booming kick towards the right side. Rodriguez catches it about the 20, looking for some room to dance around with. Still on his feet. Finally brought down. Greyhound's going to start out field position at the 30-yard line, their own 30. So right off the bat, you're going to see J.J. Acosta come out for the Greyhounds and lead this offense out onto the field, along with his playmakers led by Mr. 21, Josh Suarez. Comes into the season with 19 receiving touchdowns, looking to add to it more. And of course, the explosive quarterback and dynamic J.J. Acosta. So here we are, first snap of the game. Acosta in shotgun formation, lone back. Gonna pick quick screen to the left side. Met in the backfield quickly. The screen pass is gonna go for a loss. It's going to be an official 3-yard loss on that one. 2nd and 13 coming up for the Greyhounds. So the Greyhounds right off the back, they're looking to try and establish themselves. Rogers comes into this game very physical and big up front. It's going to look for the Greyhounds, going to have to establish themselves early in this game. As Costa takes a shotgun snap, looking downfield, has Ozuna open in the middle. Brought down, but it's not to a first down. About a 20-yard catch, and it's going to move the chains for an automatic first down on that and a new set of downs. Greyhounds inching towards midfield. Ball now sitting at the 45-yard line. Rogers choosing to only run rush 3 right now. So they're looking, the Greyhounds, they're trying to space them out. Costa, lone shotgun formation. Suarez in motion. Going to keep it. Oh, he's going to give it to Suarez. Suarez going to be met quickly. Give him maybe about a yard on that jet sweep towards the left side. Going to bring up 2nd and 9. So we are 2nd and 9. Costa still in that shotgun formation. Single. Rogers fakes the rush. Costa on the QB draw right up the middle. Going to be enough for a first down with a 12-yard gain. Going to move the chains. And now into Eagle territory as Acosta calls his own number on the quarterback draw. Picks up enough for a first down. So now Greyhounds in Eagle territory. Ball sitting at the 43-yard line. Suarez in motion once again. Acosta fakes it to him. Going to hit the screen pass towards the right side. A low ball. Ozuna able to pick it up from the ground though, but it is going to be a loss on that one. So 2nd and 11 for the Greyhounds. So back-to-back, not back-to-back times, but this is the second time the Greyhounds have gone to that quick screen to the receivers on the outside. One to the left and one to the right, both unsuccessful. They ended up in negative yards. But here they are sitting 2nd and 11. Ball pushed back now to the Eagle 44-yard line. Costa still in a shotgun formation, Nobody in the backfield with them. They're going to go back to the quarterback draw. Has a lane to work with around the right side. And it's going to be close to a first down. Waiting for the official signal. If it's not a first down, he's going to be very, very close. They're going to say he's about a yard short, if that. So third and very short coming up for the Greyhounds. Ball now sitting just inside of the 35-yard line. Greyhound's going to keep it Costa right behind the center. It's going to have just enough for a first down. That's exactly what the Greyhounds were looking to get on that one. On third and short, Acosta calls his own number, gets right behind the center, and moves the chains for a new set of downs. So Greyhounds now at the Eagle 30-yard line. 8:21 left to play in the first quarter. First and 10 for the Greyhounds after the new set of downs picked up by Acosta. Acosta dropping back, has time, still in the pocket, looking downfield, moving around. Now going to let it go. Able to connect with Jay Martinez through the middle for a new set of downs. And now the ball sitting at the Eagle. Looks at about the 16-yard line on that one. So Costa able to stay in the pocket. The line gave him some time to throw. It's going to be very interesting to see. The Eagles are going to keep choosing to stay into that three-man front, only rushing three, giving Costa plenty of time to throw in the pocket. And so far, he's made them pay. So here we are, a new set of downs with the ball sitting at the 16-yard line. First and 10. Suarez in motion. Costa going to fake it to him. Here comes the end around. Rodriguez has a little bit of room to work with. Trying to escape one, but unable to slip away, as it's going to be a loss on that one. So another negative play on first down is going to bring up 2nd and 11. Clock ticking just under 7 minutes. Again, the Greyhounds already in the red zone with the ball sitting at the Eagle 17-yard line after the 1-yard loss on first down. 2nd and 11 coming up for the Greyhounds. Costa going to send Suarez in motion once again. Fakes it to him. Looking downfield. Still has time in the pocket. Under pressure now. Able to escape one. Still keeps his eyes downfield. Able to connect with Martinez around the right side. A nice second effort right there to keep the play alive, but only going to pick up maybe about 4. So it's going to be about 3rd and 8 yards to gain for a first down. So Greyhounds need 8 yards to pick up the first down. Play clock at about 15 seconds. About 8 yards to gain to keep the drive alive with a new set of downs. Costa, shotgun formation. Looking downfield. Gonna hit the right corner. Wide open in the end zone. And it's in for a touchdown. Number 11, Rodriguez, a beautiful post route to the corner of the end zone. Able to connect. Acosta to Rodriguez. The Greyhounds on the board for 6. With 5:51 left to play in the first quarter. The Greyhounds on 3rd and 8 go for much more than a first down. And Acosta able to hook up with Rodriguez on the corner post route. Beautiful pass for 6. And now Gildry's lining it up for one more. And no good, Gildry, on that one. But the Greyhounds still holding a 6-0 lead. 5:51 left to play in the first quarter. Again, thank you for tuning in tonight to tonight's coverage from the Greyhound Network. Again, we're only allowed audio streaming, so don't expect any kind of visuals from us. We're going to try and keep you updated as much and as detailed as possible for those that are tuning in. Right now, the Greyhounds able to march down the field, starting out at their own 30-yard line and finish it off with a beautiful 25-yard pass from Acosta to Rodriguez in the corner of the end zone. So now the Greyhounds with 5:51 looking to kick off, holding the 6-0 lead. So here we are, Gildry lining it up against the wind early. Still high, booming kick about center field. Takes it to bounce. Eagles trying to stretch around the left side. Finds a little lane to work with. Picks up about 20 on that one. So it's going to give them decent starting field position with the ball starting out at their own 36-yard line. 1st and 10. And we're going to get to see the Greyhounds defense that comes out onto the field. This Greyhound defense comes into this game being very active these last couple games, averaging at least 2 to 3 turnovers since postseason has started and late into the season. So they've been clicking on all cylinders. Right now, you're going to see the Eagles line up in sort of a pistol formation with a wing T style. Again, a little bit of backstory on these Eagles. We know they're a run and pound team. They have a couple of rushers. I'm not mistaken. They have about 3 or 4 rushers that average about over 600 yards for the season. So they like to share the ball. They like to stretch it out. It's sort of the same kind of offense the Greyhounds have been seeing the last couple of games. They're going to try and get outside the tackles. They're going to try and stretch them from left to right outside the numbers. And then, of course, a lot of pulling, a lot of motion, a lot of action. They're going to try and get this Greyhound defense to get out of position. They're willing to take the ball down the field and drain the clock as much as possible. That is their DNA. So they're not looking for that big play. They're okay with living 3 or 4 yards and putting them in a 3rd and short situation. So right now it's going to be crucial for the Greyhounds to come out on defense and establish the rhythm up front and let these Eagles know that the Greyhounds are here to play tonight. So here we are after the timeout, 1st and 10, ball sitting at the Eagle 36-yard line. Handoff right off the middle, met quickly by a line of defenders. Cleaned up maybe for about 1 yard gain. So the Eagles go into the inside handoff, met quickly by a host of Greyhounds. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 8, going to give them official gainage of 2 yards. So the Eagles are going to get a free play as they work the hard count, going to let it go over the right side. And a free play, and they're going to throw in 2 more late flags. So a pass interference is most likely going to be thrown towards the right side. So the Eagles are going to take advantage of the 1st down. They're going to take advantage of the free play. So they're not only going to get a 1st down, but they're also, instead of just the offsides, they're going to get them for a pass interference. So again, this is UIL rules, so it won't be a spot foul, but they will give them 15 yards. So it's going to give the Eagles close to midfield. So the penalty is going to move the Eagles officially into Greyhound territory with the ball sitting at the 47-yard line. So again, early you see the Eagles using the hard count, trying to keep these Greyhound defenders off balance and off rhythm. These Greyhound defenders are just trying to beat them to the punch. So here we are. The cat and mouse game has started early, so it's going to be up to the Greyhounds to be able to adjust and stay disciplined. Inside handoff right behind that right guard. Still on his feet, pushing forward. It's going to gain about 7 on that one, bringing up 2nd and 3. So again, nothing fancy. Eagles coming out in this wing T formation. They're doing the same kind of motions, everything that a wing T would do, except the only difference with this Eagles defense is they have them sort of in a pistol style formation. Plenty of motions going on before the snap. So here we go, outside pitch towards the left side, trying to stretch out the Greyhounds. Met quickly, though, by Suarez. Suarez able to get penetration and bring him down quickly for only maybe about a half a yard gain. So they're going to say you need about 3 yards to gain for a 1st down. So 3rd and 3 coming up for the Eagles. 4:22 left to play in the 1st quarter. Eagles with the ball sitting at the Greyhound 39-yard line. Now they give the inside handoff towards the right side, puts his head down, still pushing forward. Finally brought down, but it's going to be enough for a first down. So a new set of downs is going to be for the Eagles as they're able to pick up enough for a first down with a 4-yard gain on first down. 3:58 left to play in the first quarter. Now the Eagles going into a strong pistol formation, inside handoff. Gonna pull it, read option, able to hurdle over one defender. See the athleticism from the quarterback of the Eagles. Able to pick up about 8 on that one, bringing up second and short now. Second and 2 yards to gain for the Eagles. Going right back towards the inside handoff. Actually, it's a read option with a pitch towards the outside. And Suarez is able to strip the ball, running down the left sideline, still on his feet, has one to beat, and finally brought down a big play by number 21, Suarez, as the Eagles went to a read option pitch, and it looked like plenty enough for a first down, but Suarez, being the athlete that he is, able to strip the ball, and now the Greyhounds are going to be starting out with great field position, starting out at the 25-yard line. First and 10. So just when the Eagles were getting a rhythm and establishing themselves, the Greyhound defense, again, come into the game in these last 6 games, averaging at least 2 to 3 turnovers a game, starts off early in the first quarter with 2:51 left to play. First and 10 with the ball now sitting at the Eagle 25-yard line. Acosta now Rivera in the backfield with him, dropping downfield, still keeping his eyes downfield, looking, steps up into the pocket. Just going to throw it away. Incomplete pass is going to stop the clock at 2:43 left to play. Second and 10 coming up for the Greyhounds. Here we are, second and 10 for the Greyhounds. Costa going to keep it himself, tries the left side, puts his head down, going to fight for maybe about 2 yards. So it's going to bring up third and 8 for the Greyhounds. So here we are, third and 8 for the Greyhounds. 2:23 left to play in the first quarter. Greyhounds holding a 6-0 lead over the Eagles. Play clock at about 15 seconds. Costa, shotgun formation with Rivera in the backfield. Play clock at 10. Costa gonna snap it, still looking downfield. Has a wide open receiver through the middle. Rodriguez able to get into the end zone for another 6. A beautiful post route into the inside now. Last one he hit him with the outside. This time puts the move on and gets him to be in the inside, in a beautiful pass from Acosta to Rodriguez. And the Greyhounds are on the board once again, 12-0. Gildry lining up the extra point. And this one has plenty of distance, and it's good. So here we are, 13-0. The Greyhounds, after a great defensive play by Suarez, able to strip the ball, take it down to the opposite end of the field, give the Greyhounds great starting field position. And right now, Rodriguez is on a mission, beating this. They're leaving him single coverage, and he's winning the battle each and every time. The first touchdown drive was a corner post route to the end zone. This time, gives him that fake towards the outside, hits the inside post, and he's in for 6, muscling through 2, as they originally tried to stop him about the 1-yard line. second effort and that muscle by Rodriguez able to put the Greyhounds in for another 6. And with Gildry's extra point, the Greyhounds holding the 13-0 lead with 1:57 left to play in the first quarter. Again, we're giving you this live audio stream. We do not have the rights to do any kind of visual streaming. If you like to see them, we know the NFHS. You can log on to them and subscribe to their streams to be able to see the live broadcast feed. But here, fortunately, you're only going to get the audio, and so we're going to make it as best as we can to still give those Greyhound Nation viewers or listeners tonight a chance to get into the action. So a big booming kick. Eagle is going to take it over about at the 10-yard line, still on his feet, trying to find a lane to work with. Finally brought down at about the 24-yard line. 1st and 10, the Eagles going to take over. Looks like the sideline judge is going to mark him up just a little bit more. So it's actually going to be starting field position at the 30-yard line. 1:50 left to play in the first quarter. The Greyhounds back onto the field. Going back into the inside handoff. Quarterback going to pull it on the read option. Goes around the right tackle, able to pick up 9 on that one. So again, a lot of read option right here early, trying to get the Greyhounds off balance up front and keep them guessing. But if these Greyhound defenders, like they have done in the last game, are able to get discipline and start catching on to them and get that second push, here they go, trying to go around the left side now, trying to stress the Greyhounds defenders, have a lane to work with. Ball almost comes loose for a second time on that one. Rodriguez able to bring him down after a 15-yard gain. So the Eagles quickly moving into Greyhound territory. So you see the Eagles on this drive, they're trying to speed up the game a little bit. And that has a lot to do with knowing that they're not built to come from behind for so many. So they're going to have to speed up their offense and trying to get onto the board. Right there, they try to go back towards the hard count. Greyhounds don't jump on that one. Play clock at about 10 seconds. Eagles still in that pistol formation. Inside handoff. Gets right behind that center. Able to pick up enough for another first down. So the ball now going to be sitting at the Greyhound 38-yard line. 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Eagles trying to answer with their own touchdown drive of their own. This is exactly how they started out on the last drive, but the Greyhounds defense was able to buckle down with bending without breaking. It's going to take that kind of effort on this drive. So now they're going to fake the option. Tries to hit the defender towards the left side and just overthrows him. That time they bring out the play action pass after so much running, trying to catch the Greyhound defenders off guard. But incomplete pass. That's going to stop the clock at 13 seconds. Brings up 2nd and 10. So again, the Eagles do have 2 split out to the wide right. 1 in the backfield with him. Double tight end set. Going to pull the read option once again, trying to get outside the numbers. That time, great defensive flow by the Greyhounds. Only going to give him 2 on that one, so it's going to bring up 3rd and about 8 yards to gain. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter, folks, with the Greyhounds holding the 13-0 lead, heading into the second quarter with 3rd and 8 coming up after we come back from this little break. Again, you're watching the Greyhound Network's audio-only broadcast. Thank you for tuning in with us. So here we are to start the second half. 3rd and 8 coming up for the Eagles. Eagles trying to bring a little bit of trickery, trying to stretch out the Greyhounds towards the left side. Has a lane to work with. Able to get outside the numbers. The Eagles are, and it's going to be enough for a first down. So that time, you see a lot of misdirection in the backfield by the Eagles. Faking it one direction and coming back the opposite end, and they were able to get enough for a first down. So now 1st and 10 with the ball sitting at the Greyhound 26-7 yard line. Fumble on the play, and the Greyhounds defense able to jump on the ball and able to come up with another turnover. So the Greyhounds defense with a second turnover of the night. 11:35 left to play in the second quarter. The Greyhounds going to take over possession at their own 27-yard line. So Greyhound defense doing exactly what they needed to do to come into this game right now, giving that Greyhound offense a back-to-back turnover. So now it's going to bring Acosta back out onto the field. Rodriguez so far has been a problem. And here they are coming back out. They're giving him one-on-one coverage right off the back. So don't be surprised if the Greyhounds right off the back try to go for a shot for him deep. They're going to give it to Rivera. Rivera able to bounce away, still on his feet, has a lane to work with. He's at the 40, finally brought down inside Eagle territory. Initially in a crowd in the middle of the inside handoff, able to bounce off a couple of defenders and break loose for a big gain. Now in Eagle territory after the big first down gain, with the ball now sitting at the Eagle 37-yard line. 1st and 10, Greyhounds in Eagle territory after the big first down run by Rivera. And the Greyhounds Gossa going to keep it himself, tries to get behind the guard and the center on that right side, able to pick up 3. So now 2nd and 7 coming up for the Greyhounds. So the Greyhounds facing 2nd and 7, clock ticking, 10:30 left to play in the second quarter with the ball sitting at the Eagle 35-yard line. And it's going to be a timeout called by the Greyhounds. 2nd and 7 coming up for the Greyhounds after this timeout with the ball sitting at the Eagle 35-yard line. Again, you're listening to the Greyhound Network. So here we are after the timeout. Greyhounds facing 2nd and 8 coming up from the Eagle 35-yard line. We're going to go back to the handoff. Suarez able to break away from one, still on his feet, fighting forward. Going to pick up about 5 on that one, bringing up 3rd and short with 2 yards to gain. Again, you're tuning in to our audio-only broadcast. We do not have any rights to stream, so we're still being able to trying to give y'all the best experience that we can with this audio-only. With the Greyhounds holding a 13-0 lead, 2 yards to gain for a first down on 3rd down. Acosta moving around in that backfield, pushing forward on the quarterback draw. Is going to be enough for a first down. It's going to officially give him 4 yards. So first down and a new set of downs with the ball now moving to the Eagle 27-yard line. 1st and 10, 9:33 left to play in the second quarter. Greyhounds holding the 13-0 lead. So here we are, 1st and 10. Acosta dropping back, has some time, feels the pressure, steps up in the pocket, still looking downfield. It pitches it to Suarez around the left side. Able to escape pressure and flick it off to Suarez, as Suarez able to maneuver and pick up 8 on that one. Gonna need 2 yards for a first down. 2nd and 2 coming up for the Greyhounds. Suarez was run out of bounds on that one, so it's gonna stop clock at 9:02 in the second quarter. Greyhounds need 2 yards for a new set of downs. Gonna fake it to Suarez in the backfield. Costa feels the pressure, steps up in the pocket, throws it downfield. There is a flag thrown in the center of the field, usually in the area of holding. If it's holding, it's going to back up the Greyhounds 10 yards and put them behind the sticks, facing a 2nd and 12. That's exactly what they're calling a holding against the Greyhounds. So now the Greyhounds will be facing a 2nd and 12 with the ball now moved back to the 29-yard line. Second, looks about 13 yards to gain actually. So Costa dropping back, feeling the pressure, rolling out of the pocket, hits Rivera in the middle. Looks like they tried the delay screen on that one and only able to get back to the line of scrimmage. They're actually going to back him up about a yard, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 14. So these last 2 plays, you've been able to see the Eagles defense get a little bit of pressure on the Greyhounds. But the Greyhounds, after that holding penalty, knocked them behind the stick. So here we are, 3rd and 14 yards to gain. Look for the Greyhounds to try and cut this distance at least halfway and make it a more 4th and manageable. Looking downfield, almost interception. Of course, I tries to fit it into tight coverage, and Eagles defense was there, unable to hang it down as a receiver went into a defensive position and actually had to play defender on that one, knocks the ball loose. So instead of interception, it's an incomplete pass, but it's going to bring up 4th and 14 for the Greyhounds. Very, very big down for both teams. Greyhounds trying to keep this momentum alive. With 8:12 left to play in the second quarter, 14 yards to gain on this 4th down. Eagles bringing the blitz up the middle. Acosta able to get away from one, still on his feet, and brought down as the Eagles bring the blitz, and they're able to get to Acosta in the backfield. So now the Eagles going to start out with pretty decent starting field position after the turnover on downs, with the ball now sitting at their own 38-yard line. So that holding penalty really came back to haunt the Greyhounds, stalling out that good offensive drive that started out on their own end of the field. But the Eagles defense able to capitalize on when the Greyhounds went behind the sticks. So now here they are, 1st and 10 with the ball sitting at their own 38-yard line. Inside handoff, trying to get right behind that right guard and center. Pushes forward for about 5, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 5 with the clock ticking, under 7:50 left to play in the second quarter. Here we are, Eagles able to get down the right sideline, still on his feet, makes another move. And a big play on 2nd down. It's going to move the Eagles now into Greytown territory with the ball sitting at the Greyhound 22-yard line. 7:20 left to play in the second quarter. Eagles on the move now in Greyhound territory with the ball sitting at the 23-yard line. And they're also trying to pick up the tempo on the Greyhounds, trying to catch them off balance, trying to work back towards the hard count. Greyhounds don't jump on that one. Now they go right back to the inside handoff. Still carrying a couple defenders. Finally brought down, but it's going to be a new set of downs with another first down as the ball is now going to move into the red zone with the ball sitting at the Greyhound 13-yard line. 1st and 10 with the new set of downs. So you see how big a turnover on downs and change of possession is. It's going to be up to the Greyhound defense to try and get some kind of momentum right here. Now they're going right back to the outside pitch on the right side, stretching them out as far as possible. They're going to give him a gain of about 4, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 6 as he run out of bounds at 7:01. The clock's going to stop in the second quarter. Here we are, ball sitting at the 10-yard line. 2nd and about 7 yards to gain for the Eagles. The Eagles go right back towards the inside handoff. Greyhound defense meets him there quickly, gives him about 2 yards. It's going to bring up about 3rd and 5 yards to gain for the Eagles. Again, this is four-down territory, especially with the Eagles trailing 13-0. Clock ticking, just under 6:40 left to play in the second quarter. Ball sitting at the Greyhound 12-yard line. Eagles do have a chance at a new set of downs if they're able to get at least 5 on this one. 3rd down. Here they go with that misdirection, trying to stretch it around the right side. A nice read by the running back, able to cut back inside of his blocker and pick up about 2. It is going to leave him short with 4th and 2 yards to gain. So here it is, 4th and 2, 6:08 left to play. A big 4th down for the Greyhounds and the Eagles. The Eagles trying to get some kind of momentum as they're riding after that turnover on downs, trying to add to it. But here comes the Greyhound defense. Playoff football, folks. This is a 4th and 2 coming up. Big down right here. And an inside handoff. Greyhounds able to get penetration in the backfield. It's going to be very close. And they're going to say he's short of the line to gain as the Greyhounds with a big 4th down stop, able to force the turnover on downs and take over possession at their own 5-yard line. Greyhound defense once again buckling down as the Eagles inch closer towards the end zone. They're able to put it together towards the end, and that penetration through the inside stops the Eagles with only 2 yards to gain. They have been getting that pretty easily through these drives, these last couple drives, as the DNA of them is trying to get 3 or 4 yards. And on that time, that inside penetration by the Greyhound defense is able to force the turnover on down. So now here we are, 5:40 left to play in the second quarter. Greyhounds 1st and 10 with the ball sitting at their own 5-yard line. Costa inside handoff to Rivera. Rivera able to put his head down and fight forward for about 3 yards on that one. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7 with the clock ticking just under 5:30. So picture perfect situation for these Greyhounds to be able to march down the field, milk this clock down to as little as possible and try to at least get a 3-possession lead on these Eagles. So here we are, 2nd and about 6 yards to gain for the Greyhounds. Gonna go right back towards that handoff towards Rivera. Rivera stopped in the backfield on that play. This time the Eagles were ready for that inside give. He's gonna lose 2 on that one. It's gonna bring up 3rd and 8 now for the Greyhounds with the ball sitting at their own 6-yard line. Time clock is ticking, just under 4:30 left to play in the second quarter. Greyhounds trying to work the hard count. Eagles not budging on that one. Play clock at 10 seconds. So we are Greyhounds milking it down as much as possible. Eagles send the inside blitz. Steps up in the pocket, able to get away from one. Gonna hold it. Throws it downfield, has the receiver wide open. Ball still in the air and just out of the grass. Acosta had a guy down open downfield. Just a little bit too far on that one as Martinez had a chance, but a good Eagles defense is going to face the Greyhounds to a 3-and-out. So now the Greyhounds are bringing out the punting unit, punting from their own 7-yard line. Clock stops at 4:08 left to play in the second quarter. Eagles do have all 3 timeouts. Very important that everything go right for the Greyhounds on this one. Ozuna, usually a decent punter, able to get a pretty decent leg under it. That's what they're going to need on this one. Clean snap on that one. Ozuna with a big booming kick. It's going to die out, but it's going to get them out from back from their own end zone. Going to be nice starting field position for the Eagles. Going to be up to the Greyhound defense to come out once again on the field and hold it down for this Greyhound unit as our Eagles are going to take over 1st-and-10 with from the Greyhound 38-yard line. 4 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Again, the Greyhounds still holding the 13-0 lead as you're tuning in live to our audio-only broadcast right here from Schertz, Texas, as the Greyhounds are taking on the Roger Eagles. And we're late into the second quarter. 4 minutes left to play. 1st-and-10 with the ball sitting at the Greyhound 38-yard line. So inside handoff, go right behind that guard and center on that right side. Able to pick up at least 5 on that one. So it's going to bring up 2nd-and-5. Clock still ticking. It's going to go under about 3:40. So here we are, 2nd-and-5 with the ball now sitting at the Greyhound 34-yard line. A bunch of misdirection, trying to stretch it around the right side. Still on his feet, now met by a host of Greyhounds, able to come in and clean it up. It's going to bring up 3rd-and-1, but he does stay inbounds, so the clock's going to still stay ticking. Clock going to tick under 3 minutes by the time this next snap is body snapped, so it's going to bring it 3rd-and-1 coming. Quarterback keeps it, gets right behind his center, and it picks up 3 and a new set of downs as the ball is now going to be sitting at the Greyhound 27-yard line. 2:57 left to play in the second quarter. Eagles do have all timeouts. Here we are, Greyhound defense trying to hold it down once again. Been very strong in this first half. Eagles bringing out the play action pass, looking downfield. Unable to connect on the crossing route. Incomplete pass is going to stop the clock at 2:36. Brings up 2nd-and-10 as the Eagles on that time bring out the play action pass. You're going to see a lot of different movements from the Eagles, especially on their misdirections. You really don't understand what's going on with the play until somebody is wide open doing something with the ball. And on that time, they try to get the Greyhounds fooled with the misdirection play action. So this time the Eagles trying to still work the hard count. Play clock at 10 seconds. Eagles still looking to the sideline for a play. Play clock at about 5 seconds. Eagles going to have to get it off, and it's not going to be in time. The Eagles are going to burn their first timeout of the first half with 2:36 left to play in the second quarter. Greyhounds holding the 13-0 lead. Again, real quick, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. Even though we're not be able to give this visual and our usual streaming that we've been able to do all season, we're still able to give you this audio broadcast, and a lot of it has to do with our sponsors. Again, our sponsors, Homeboys 2.0, Moon Jumps and Entertainment, Jeremiah and Ileana Pettis, the Rodriguez family, Ruben and Nicole, the Friends of the Taft City Park, Ram and Sons Lawn Service, LLC, the Alanis family, Omar and Abby, the Flores family, Felix and Martha. And then we also have the Carter View Terrence Taft Housing Authority, the Lone Star Crane Service. Again, a thank you to all these sponsors for being able to bring this broadcast to you live from Church, Texas. It is an audio-only broadcast, but we thank you for tuning in with us still. As the Eagles, after timeout, facing a 2nd and 10. Going to go right back to the inside handoff. Quickly tripped up in the backfield. Going to fall forward for about gain of 2, bringing up 3rd and 7. Clock's going to be ticking just under 2:20. 3rd and 7 coming up for the Eagles. Eagles still have 2 timeouts left in the second quarter. So here go the Greyhounds showing the blitz. Gonna back off. The Greyhounds in pursuit. Have him under pressure. Quarterback throwing a wild pitch. Intercepted by Uvaya on his feet. This kid is very active when he has the ball. Able to come up with the interceptions to the Greyhound defense. Able to come through once again for the Greyhounds tonight with the 3rd turnover of the night. And it comes not only from their man that has 2 interceptions in the last 2 games, but now the 3rd game in a row with the interception, number 7, Adam Uvaya. And with 1:53 left to play, the Greyhounds taking over possession, and that started out with the penetration from the line, able to force the pressure on the quarterback and a Hail Mary throw as Uvaya was sitting there like an outfielder in the outfield, and it was a clean interception. So now 1st and 10 with the 25-yard line. Now pitch and catch, and Swan is still down the right side, still has one man to beat. Finally knocked out of bounds. The Greyhounds bring out the old hook and ladder as Acosta was able to hook up with Ozuna on the right side just as the defenders were closing in on Ozuna. Ozuna pitches it off to Suarez with the old hook and ladder, and it pays off big for the Greyhounds, and the Greyhounds are now deep into Eagle territory with the ball sitting at the Eagles 17-yard line. 1:43 left to play in the second quarter. Greyhounds with the ball sitting at the Eagles 17-yard line. Here we are, 1st and 10 with the ball sitting at the 17-yard line. Acosta sends Suarez in motion. Gonna fake it to him. They end around now to Rodriguez around the left side. Fights away from one, still on his feet. Gonna lean forward for another 2. Gonna give a gain of about 6 on that one, bringing up 2nd and 4. 1:30 left to play in the second quarter. Greyhounds with the ball now sitting at the Eagle 12-yard line. Beautiful playoff weather, a little bit chilly, but we can't complain. This is exactly what you want in that November run. And right now we're sitting with the Greyhounds holding the 13-0 lead over the Eagles. With 1:07 left to play. 2nd and 4 coming up for the Greyhounds. Gonna give it to Suarez around the end around. Suarez still on his feet with a second effort, able to spin away from the defender, falling forward with enough to move the chains for a 1st down. So now the Greyhounds now in goal line situation, 1st and goal with the ball sitting at the Eagle 8-yard line. 45 seconds left to play in the second quarter, and the Greyhounds got a little bit antsy on that one. It's going to be a legal motion against the Greyhounds. A 5-yard penalty is going to back them up. Outside receiver wasn't set when the motion started happening, so that's going to cost the Greyhounds 5 yards. Now bringing on 1st and goal with the ball sitting at the Eagle 13-yard line. 41 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Greyhounds still have 1 timeout in the second quarter. We're having an official discussion around the sideline. They're going to talk to Coach Castellanos right now. So we're waiting to see what they're trying to sort out on this one. Penalty marker is still thrown. Again, nothing's going on right now. There is official discussion. Officials are on the right sideline, the Greyhound sideline, talking to Coach Castellanos. So it looks like everything is sorted now. Now he's coming out to the opposite end of the field, and now he's going to talk to the opposing Rogers sideline. So again, still nothing has gone out. This is something you hate to see in a playoff game. With stalling out, officials having to huddle and talk about it. So again, plenty of fans traveling this long, far journey, but those watching in or tuning in actually and listening to this audio broadcast, again, thank you for tuning in. As the Greyhounds now looks like everything is sorted out and we're ready to resume play. First and goal for the Greyhounds at the ball at the 13-yard line. Costa, lone back in the shotgun formation. Gonna hit Rodriguez in the slant formation. This time try to go right back to that slant that Rodriguez won that battle on. This one's thrown a little bit too low, and 2nd and 10 is going to stop. Here you are, Costa dropping back, steps up in the pocket, has a wide receiver, and almost intercepted. A dangerous pass by Acosta. Looked like he tried to jump pass on that one, and the Eagles defender had it in his hand, was running the opposite way, and just dropped it. So an incomplete pass instead is going to stop the play at 17 seconds. 3rd and goal coming up for the Greyhounds with the ball sitting at the Eagle 12-yard line. Gildry does have a leg from this distance, so it's going to be very interesting for the Greyhounds. They still have one timeout, so if this play is stopped in the field of play. Gosa, they're able to get it away. Swat is somehow able to try like a halfback throw. Time of play's going to stop at about 7 seconds. It's going to be 4th and goal from the Eagle 5-yard line, and most likely you're going to see Gildry run out onto the field. If not, the Greyhounds are going to go for it. They did call their last time out of the game. Again, it's going to be 4th and goal from the Eagle 5-yard line. Is it? So a very interesting turn of events. It actually looks like there was a face mask and a penalty thrown. So a new set of downs going to give the Greyhounds 1st and goal from the Eagle 2-yard line, and they didn't take the timeout after all. So the Greyhounds will be able to keep their timeout. 7 seconds. 1st and goal from the Eagle 3-yard line. Greyhounds did keep their timeout. So a face mask penalty changes the events, and now the Greyhounds 1st and goal with 11 seconds back on the clock with one timeout still left, and the Eagles are going to run in late and call a timeout. So the Greyhounds able to get a break on that one, and the face mask is bringing up 1st and goal with the ball now sitting at just outside of the 2-yard line, so about 2.5 yards to gain for the touchdown. The Eagles did run in there, call late timeout. 11 seconds left to play in the 2nd quarter. So here we are. We're back from timeout. 11 seconds left to play. First and goal with the ball sitting just outside of the 2-yard line. Greyhounds still have one more timeout. Suarez in motion. Costa alone in the shotgun formation. Looking downfield, going to try the corner route to Rodriguez. Rodriguez able to come down with it in the end zone. And able to win the one-on-one matchup once again with 7 seconds left to play in the second quarter. The Greyhounds are able to get onto the board once again, and it comes from Rodriguez with his third touchdown on the night. They left him one-on-one on the outside, and of course, I just puts a beautiful thrown ball, and the muscle, it was all the difference, and Rodriguez coming down with that one for 6, and now Gildry lining it up for one more. Plenty of distance. A leg flag is thrown in the center of field, but currently the Greyhounds, if that field goal is good, it will be holding a 20-0 lead. So it looks like the penalty is going to be against the Eagles. So the kick is good for an extra point. There's 7 seconds left to play in the second quarter. The Greyhounds holding the 20-0 lead over the Roger Eagles. All Greyhounds in this first half, and it starts out with the defensive presence that has been so far in this first half. So far, forcing 3 turnovers, and it's paid off huge as the Greyhound offense is able to put up points behind those turnovers. On each turnover, the Greyhounds have been able to put points on. So here we are, 20-0, holding the lead over the Rogers Eagles with 7 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Again, if you're tuning in live, we're very sorry. We would love to give you the visual in our normal streaming that we usually do. But unfortunately, once you get into the playoffs, it becomes more of a UIL policy thing and who wins the rights and stuff like that. NFHS is actually video broadcasting for a small fee. I know you can subscribe to them. But if you're tuning into the Greyhound Network, wherever you're at, whether it's alumni, you have the old school feeling where just the audio tune, where you're just hanging out with the family, listening to this live broadcast. And so far, it's been nothing but Greyhounds as the Greyhounds holding the 20-0 lead as Gildry is going to get great kicking starting field position as he's now kicking from the Eagle 45-yard line after the personal foul. So he's going to try the short kick towards the right side. Still ends up taking it about the 10-yard line, dancing around, trying to make another man miss. Still on his feet, trying to get outside the numbers. Finally knocked out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. It's going to say about the 33-yard line. And it's going to be the end of the first half. So your Taft Greyhounds are going into halftime right now, holding the 20-0 lead over the Roger Eagles. Again, thank you for tuning in to this live audio broadcast. We'll be back after halftime with the second half as the Greyhounds holding the 20-0 lead over the Roger Eagles. So we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second half. Yeah, you want? Keep one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for the second half. Again, the Eagles did defer to the second half, so they will be getting the first kickoff to start the third quarter. Again, coming into the second half, give you a quick rundown and a quick briefing about what happened in the first half. The Greyhound defense is exactly what stood out and has established itself in this game, forcing 3 turnovers in the first half. And then Acosta and Rodriguez has been big all game long. And right now that helps the Greyhounds hold the 20-0 lead. But here we are. We're about to start the second half, and the Eagles are going to look to try and set the tempo right out the gate as the Greyhounds will be kicking off to them. The Eagles did have a couple drives where they tried to put it together, but the Eagles couldn't capitalize and finish off the drives. So the Eagles are going to have to jump off right off the back. A very time-controlling offense. So this is a situation that they really don't want to, but they're going to have to start out early in this third quarter if they want to establish something. On the other hand, for the Greyhound defense is going to have to keep themselves in the position that they are, and that is controlling the line of scrimmage and the turnover game. Another 2 big turnovers. I know it's a lot to ask for, and 5 turnovers in a playoff game is something that you really don't come into the game planning for. But the Greyhounds could benefit hugely if the defense is able to come into the second half and force those turnovers like they had in the first half. So here we are to start the second half. Again, thank you for coming back to us as we do this audio-only broadcast live right here from Church, Texas. As to start the second half, the Greyhounds holding the 20-0 lead as Gildry's getting set to line up the kickoff. So here it goes. Gildry, big kick towards the right side. Eagles going to take over that kickoff about the 20-yard line, trying to find a lane on the left side. Has something to work with. Still on his feet. And thank the Greyhounds with the last touchdown saving tackle. But the Eagles getting exactly what they wanted to start out the second half, and that's great starting field position as that good kickoff return is able to start them out at the Greyhound 45-yard line. So already in Greyhound territory. Greyhounds, a very chilly night, so it's going to be important that these Greyhounds are hopefully going to be able to get warm and not start off the second half cold, as the Eagles are already in Greyhound territory at the 45-yard line. They're going to pitch it towards the right side, trying to stretch that defense, moving around. And nice pursuit down the line by the Greyhounds. Eagles still able to pick up about 5 on that one. When these Eagles run a pitch or an outside handoff, it's a convoy coming with them. So it's important for these Greyhounds to get under those blockers and stop that train and leave these linebackers one-on-one with the backfield. So here we are, 2nd and 5 with the ball now at the Greyhound 40-yard line. They're going to go right to that option, toss towards the left outside. Greyhound defense able to pursue out there, able to only give up 4, going to bring up 3rd and 1. So 3rd and short coming up for the Eagles. As that time, the Eagles go to that read option pitch and able to pick up 4, bringing up 3rd and 1. Again, just starting out this third quarter, the Eagles trying to get their first points on the board for the night. They're going to go right inside handoff, initially met by a host of Greyhounds with great penetration. Somehow the Eagles quarterback able to slip away from that. Initially, the Greyhounds had him down in the backfield, but the quarterback for the Eagles able to roll out towards the right side off a couple defenders and lean forward for the first down. So now 1st and 10 coming up for the Eagles with the ball sitting at the 30-yard line. They're going to go right back towards that pitch towards the right side. Running back still following his lead blocker, and he's going to pick up 9 on that one. It's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Actually, they're going to say he has enough for a first down, so they're going to go ahead and move this chains, and it's a new set of downs with the ball now sitting at the 20-yard line. Again, this isn't unfamiliar territory for the Greyhound defense, as the last times they've been able to buckle down and hold it. This time the Eagles trying to go back towards a misdirection. Faked it towards the right side, went back towards the left, picks up about 6 on that one, 2nd and 4. So again, the Greyhound defense starting out a little bit of slow. Eagles trying to pounce on the Greyhounds right out of the half. And right now they're doing it as they're moving the ball, now sitting at the 19-yard line of the Greyhounds. 2nd and about 4 yards to gain. And they go right back towards that pitch option. Outside, great read. And the Eagles are in for 6. They're able to start this drive out with good starting field position right off the kickoff. And they're able to get into the end zone for 6 quickly in the second half. So now the Greyhounds lead has just diminished into a 20-6 lead, with the Eagles lining it up for one more. That's right through the upright for one more. So the ball game is now 20-7, 9:55 left to play in the third quarter. The Eagles come right down the field and march it into the end zone for 7. So now we have the 20-7 lead. Greyhounds still holding the 20-7 lead, even though the Eagles able to march down the field. So it's going to be very important that the Greyhounds, now lining up for kickoff return, are able to get themselves a nice drive. And the best outcome of this would be adding to the score. The Greyhounds are in a position where if they're able to keep scoring, back and forth here and there with these Eagles won't be so bad, but it's going to be very important that these Greyhound offense is going to have a great showing this first possession of the second half, especially with the Eagles trying to gain momentum. A nice kickoff straight to the middle. It's going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So Greyhound's going to start out field position at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, as we're going to see that Greyhound offense for the first time in the second half. And the first half, Rodriguez to Acosta was big. So look for the Eagles. I'm pretty sure if they're very smart, they're going to get some kind of coverage and not leave this defender singled with Rodriguez. So it's going to be very interesting to see what Greyhound's weapon is going to step up next. Again, they still do have the very explosive and highlight reel Josh Suarez. Costa, empty formation, looking downfield, rolls out of the pocket, still keeping his eyes downfield. Gonna go ahead and keep it himself, moves away from one. Finally brought down after the scramble. They're gonna give him about 4 on that one, bringing up 2nd and 6. So here we are, 2nd and 6 coming up for the Greyhounds. Costa still in the shotgun formation, all alone. Gonna go ahead and keep it with the draw. Has a lane to work with up the middle, makes another one miss. Gonna pick up about 20 on that one for a new set of downs, and a first down is now the ball is moved to the Greyhound 45-yard line, just getting closer to Eagle territory as the ball sitting at the 45-yard line with a new set of downs as Acosta calls his own number on the quarterback draw, able to find a lane right behind that center and pick up about 20. So here you are, Greyhounds, 1st and 10 with a new set of downs. Acosta getting that play from the sideline. First and 10. Acosta takes a snap, going to count it. There's going to be a quarterback draw, patiently waiting. The offensive line pushing it forward, still pushing up a group Eagles with him. Momentum has still not stopped. The ball has not been blown dead, and finally blown dead after a hard run. And that big, mean offensive line able to get behind Acosta and push him forward for a gain of 7 on first down, bringing up 2nd and 3. Clock ticking, just under 8:25 left to play in this third quarter. 3 yards to gain for a first down. Acosta now in the backfield with Rivera. Acosta going to get the inside handoff to Rivera. Rivera cuts back up towards the middle. Stuff quickly. Only going to get about a yard on that one. Going to bring up 3rd and about 2 yards to gain for a new set of downs for the Greyhounds. Greyhounds now in Eagle territory with the ball sitting at the Eagle 47-yard line. 3rd and 2 coming up for the Greyhounds. We are 3rd and 2. Acosta, shotgun formation. Has Suarez in motion. Going to fake it to Suarez, keeping himself up the middle. Met at the line of scrimmage quickly. It's going to be no gain on that one, as the Eagles able to buckle down and pinch it for no gain. It's going to bring up 4th and 2. So 4th and 2 coming up for the Greyhounds. 7:02 left to play. Here we are, big down. Of course, getting right behind those offensive linemen under shotgun formation, working a hard count, trying to draw the defenders off guard. And at the last minute, the Greyhounds are going to call a timeout. So 4th and 2 coming up after this timeout. Big 4th down, as the Eagles have established themselves with some momentum in this third quarter. And the Greyhounds trying to keep this drive alive with 2 yards to gain for a first down. So here we are, 4th and 2 for the Greyhounds, and the Greyhounds are keeping that first team offense out on the field. Acosta on the shotgun formation, 2 yards to gain for a first down. Rivera is motioning back into the backfield with him. Acosta going to keep it himself, hits the hole hard. Met by the line of scrimmage, but able to push forward for a first down. So the Greyhounds able to move the chains for a new set of downs. You do have an injured Greyhound on the field that's going to stop time of play at 6:43, but the Greyhounds do have a new set of downs. You do have an injured greyhound down on the field waiting for him to get up. So again, there is nothing going on right now. It is injury timeout. So injured player on the field, number 54 for the Greyhounds, slow to get up and walking towards the sideline, wishing nothing well for big Isaiah, number 54. Isaiah Betta has been crucial to this Greyhound defensive line, offensive line. So hope that everything works out. So here we are about to resume play with 1st and 10. The Greyhounds were able to pick up the first down. Now with the ball sitting at the Eagle 42-yard line, 1st and 10 as we resume play after the injury timeout. Greyhounds taking their time. Still haven't broke the huddle. 10 seconds left on the play clock, and here the Greyhounds go. 1st and 10, Acosta, shotgun formation, dropping back, feeling the pressure, able to escape, able to get it downfield. Dangerous pass by Acosta and thrown into coverage, and an interception as the Roger Eagles defense able to come up big for them and force the interception as they're going to take over possession at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 after the interception. 6:14 left to play in the third quarter. So here you go. Greyhounds going to have to lean on the defense once again, still holding the 20-7 lead, but there's still plenty of time to play in this third quarter as the Eagles go back towards that misdirection, back up towards the middle. It's going to be enough, almost enough for a first down. 9 yards on the first down carry. He's going to bring up 2nd and 9 and move the ball now to the Eagle 44-yard line. 2nd and 2 yards to gain. Goes the Eagles back to the inside handoff. There is a penalty thrown in the center of the field. Greyhounds hoping for a holding. And the Greyhounds able to catch a break, and a holding penalty is now going to make it 2nd and 12 for the Eagles. So Greyhounds, actually it's about 2nd and 11. So the Greyhounds getting a little bit of the break that they needed on that one. Now pushing the Eagles behind the stick, 2nd and 11. So here goes the Greyhound defense going to have to buckle down and stop this momentum that the Eagles has as they've been run heavy so far. Inside handoff right there, met by the Greyhound defense quickly at the line of scrimmage, only gives up 2. So now the Greyhounds are forcing Eagles into 3rd and long, about 9 yards to gain to keep this drive alive with a new set of downs. So 3rd and 9 coming up for the Greyhounds. Seeing the Greyhounds switching out defenders, trying to get a little bit faster. Defensive line's going to have to get pressure into the backfield on 3rd and 8, and they're going to the outside sweep, halfback pass. Greyhound defense doesn't fall for it, and an over-the-head pass is going to be incomplete, and now it's going to bring up 4th and 8, and the Eagles are deep into their own territory. So it looks like they're bringing out the punting unit. So the Eagles try to get fancy themselves and bring out the halfback pass, but Uvaya was not fooled at all as he was in step-by-step coverage, and an incomplete pass stops the play at 4:47 as the Eagles bring out the punting unit. Greyhounds have 2 deep back to return. Both 21 Suarez and number 5 Acosta. Suarez is going to get a chance to return this one. Oh, and behind a block in the back is going to take this penalty. It's going to give the Greyhounds starting out field position instead of about the 30-yard line. It's going to push them back to the starting point about the 5-yard line after the penalty is marked off. So again, if you're tuning in, thank you for watching with us live on this audio-only broadcast. Again, if you're watching from around, put in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. We're glad to be able to bring you some kind of broadcast tonight, trying to be as descriptive and as detailed as possible to keep this experience as good as possible for you. As right now, the Greyhounds holding the 20-7 lead, 4:33 left to play in the third quarter. A block in the back penalty is going to push the Greyhounds back to the starting field position. Waiting for them to officially mark it off, but it looks like to be at about the 5-yard line. Actually going to go half the distance to go, so it's going to put the marking down at the 8-yard line. So Greyhounds starting out 1st and 10 from their own 8-yard line. Suarez in motion, going to pitch it to him around the right side. Has some room to work with, still on his feet. Running around the right sideline, has another one to beat. Still on his feet, breaks another one. Finally dragged down inside Eagle territory at the 40-yard line. Again, when you need a big play, you know exactly where the Greyhounds are going to. And they brought out their favorite play of all season, the jet sweep pass to the right side, and Suarez, being the highlight reel that he is, able to break away from multiple defenders and now put the Greyhounds in Eagle territory with the ball sitting at the Eagle 42-yard line. So here we are, 1st and 10. Greyhounds new set of downs after a big play by Suarez. 4 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Acosta going to keep it himself, gets right behind that center, fighting forward. Greyhounds had some success with that quarterback draw in the first half. So far, the Eagles have buckled down and been a little bit more disciplined. Acosta still able to pick up 3 on that one, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 7 for the Greyhounds. Clock still ticking. It's going to be under about 3:25 after this ball snapped. Acosta dropping back, has some time, steps up in the pocket, has a man open over the right side, and just incomplete. Intended for Ozuna. Ozuna unable to hang on to that one. A beautiful over-the-shoulder throw. The incomplete pass is going to stop time at 3:12 and bring up 3rd and 7 for the Greyhounds. So time of play stopped at 3:12. Greyhounds need 7 to pick up the first down on 3rd down. Gosa dropping back, hits Ozuna on the quick route towards the right side. Ozuna still on his feet, fighting forward, dragging a couple of defenders. And a beautiful comeback route on that right side. Ozuna dropped the last pass, but comes right back to him. That's the coaching staff that we have, that they believe in their kids no matter what they give you. They know what they're capable of. And after Ozuna dropped that pass, come right back to him on the comeback route, and he's able to pick up the first down and get the Greyhounds a new set of downs with 1st and 10, with the ball now sitting at the Eagle 25-yard line, 2:50 left to play in the third quarter. Waters in motion, going to pitch it to him towards the left side. Still on his feet, breaks away from one, carrying a couple of defenders. Picks up about 9 on that one. It's going to bring up 2nd and 1 yard to gain for the Greyhounds. As this time they go back to that jet sweep that gave them a big first down. This time come to the left side, and Suarez able to pick up 9 and give them a 2nd and 1. Clock ticking, just under 2:18 left to play in the third quarter. Second and 2 coming up for the Greyhounds. Costa in the shotgun formation, sends Suarez in motion. Gonna toss it to him over the right side. Once again, finds a lane to work with, still fighting, pushing forward. Finally brought down at the Eagle 1 yard line. First and goal coming up for the Greyhounds. So far, Suarez being a workhorse on this one. 140 left to play in the third quarter. Greyhounds first and goal with the ball sitting at the 2 yard line. Corsa takes a snap, gets right behind that center, still fighting forward. Gonna gain maybe about a yard on that one. Brings the ball to just outside of the 1 yard line. Clock gonna tick under 1 minute left in this third quarter. Second and goal coming up for the Greyhounds. So play clock at 15 seconds. Just a little over 15-second difference between the play clock and the game clock. So we are second and goal from the 2 yard line. Okosa in the shotgun formation. Suarez in motion. Going to pitch it to him around the left side. Suarez trying to stretch it outside the numbers. Wrapped up in the backfield, though, for a loss. A 4 yard loss on that one's going to bring up third and goal with the ball now sitting at the Eagle 8 yard line. That's going to be the last play of the third quarter. It looks like the Greyhounds are just going to milk it down. So here we are, folks. That's the end of the third quarter, as right now the Greyhounds holding the 20-7 lead. Third and goal coming up after this with the ball sitting at the 8 yard line. So here we are starting the fourth quarter, and it starts with a third and goal with the Greyhounds with the ball sitting at the Eagle 8 yard line. Greyhounds trying to punch it in, trying to get onto the scoreboard once again. Costa shotgun formation, looking downfield, feels the pressure, still keeps his eyes downfield. Rolling out of the pocket, has the left side open, trying to cut right behind another one, still fighting forward. And brought down finally, going to pick up about 4 on that one. And now it's fourth and goal. It's exactly what playoffs come down to. Fourth and goal with the Greyhounds sitting with the ball at the Eagle 4 yard line. And they're going to bring out the field goal unit. Gildry is going to line it up for about a 20 yard attempt on this one. Greyhounds trying to push it back to a 3-possession game. Gildry lining it up. Snap is good. Plenty of distance. And it's through for 3 as the Greyhounds up onto the board once again, 20-3, 23-7. The lead has increased as the Greyhounds able to add 3 after the 17-yard field goal from Gildry. As the Greyhounds able to stretch it to once again into a 3-possession lead. It could be a 2-possession lead, but it's going to take some 2-point conversions and a lot more trickery. Be better off to save it's more about a 3-possession game with 10:59 left to play in the fourth quarter. Greyhounds holding the 23-7 lead over the Roger Eagles. So here we are, Gildry coming out to kick it off now. 10:59 left to play in the fourth quarter. Eagles running out of time. And the Greyhound defense can come out with a huge stop on this one. It's going to give the Greyhounds exactly the kind of position they want to be sitting in. And a low line drive almost catches the Eagles off guard, but it is going to give the the Eagles decent starting field position as they're going to start out at their own 43-yard line as they come out to take over possession. Again, 10:59 left to play in the fourth quarter. This is the second round of the playoffs. As tonight, we're live from Schertz, Texas, as the Taft Greyhounds are here taking on the Roger Eagles. Again, thank you for joining in our live broadcast, audio broadcast right here. We hope the experience has been exactly what you hoped for and letting us give it to you the best way that we can through this audio broadcast as the Eagles taking over 1st and 10 with the ball sitting at their own 40-yard line. Come back into a play action pass. Has a receiver open through the middle, off to the races, and a touchdown saving tackle. So the Eagles come out in this possession with a play action pass right off the back and catch the Greyhounds off guard. And they're already deep into the red zone with the ball now sitting at the Greyhound 10-yard line. 1st and goal for the Eagles. Trying to speed up the tempo. Going to go to the inside handoff. Picks up about 3 on that one. Going to bring up, it looks about 4. So it's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. 10:20 left to play in the fourth quarter. So we are 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. The Eagles go back to this misdirection, trying to stretch it out. Able to get outside the pylons. There is a flag thrown into the middle of the field. As of right now, it stands as a touchdown, but we're waiting for the official rulings as there is a penalty in the center of play. Officials are huddling, waiting for the official call. As of right now, it stands as a touchdown. And it's going to be against the Eagles. So the Greyhounds catching the break that they were hoping for. And a holding penalty is going to back them up 10 yards. And now going to bring up 2nd and goal from the Greyhound 14-yard line. 10:07 left to play in the fourth quarter. They're going to go right towards the right outside, trying to stretch it out. Still has a lane to work with. And the Eagles able to get into the end zone for 6. So now they make this game a lot more interesting, as now the Greyhounds are only holding a 10-point lead, with the Eagles trying to add one more. Looks like the Eagles are going to try and go for two as a first-team offense staying out on the field. Again, it comes down to possessions. Eagles rolling out towards the right side, comes right back towards the left, and he's in for two. So now this game has just become a one-possession game after that two-point conversion. Now we're looking at a one-possession game as the Greyhounds only hold an 8-point lead, 23-15, 10:02 left to play in the fourth quarter. We have ourselves an exciting ball game, folks, as the Greyhounds offense is going to have to come back out onto this field and be crucial to answer with some kind of points on this drive with 10 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. So here we are with 10:02 left to play in the fourth quarter. The Eagles getting ready to kick it off. No need for an onside kick. Plenty of time left in this ball game as Suarez is going to get a chance to return this on the right side, looking for a lane, still moving around. And a nice kickoff defense by the Eagles are going to stop Suarez quickly in his tracks. So the Greyhounds going to take over 1st and 10 with their ball sitting at their own 24-yard line. 9:54 left to play in this fourth quarter. Greyhounds holding a slim lead, 23-15, 8-point lead over the Eagles. So it's going to be very important for the Greyhound offense to answer with some kind of points on this drive. And it starts right here as they take over from their own 24-yard line, 1st and 10. Eagles have a little bit of momentum, but the Greyhounds still have fight in them. And it's going to show right here on this drive. It's going to take a great mature presence right here as Acosta is going to come out in a shotgun formation. Rivera in the backfield with him. Going to call his own number on 1st down. And a quarterback draw that hasn't worked in the second half is quickly met at the line of scrimmage, bringing up 2nd and 9. So the Eagles gaining some kind of momentum. Their crowd has come alive late in this fourth quarter. It's going to be big time that these Greyhounds try to put it together and silence it and get some kind of this momentum back if they want to hold on to this lead late into this fourth quarter. Low snap. Costa with a quick out route to Rodriguez. Rodriguez able to break away from one. Going to be very close to a 1st down. It's going to bring up 3rd and about a yard to gain for the Greyhounds. Clock stops as he's run out of bounds with 9:13 left to play in the fourth quarter. Costa keeps it himself around the left side. Man in the backfield. Brought down for a loss on that one. As the quarterback keep in the second half just hasn't worked. And now we're looking at a 4th and 1. And it looks like the Greyhound offense is staying out on the field. Big trust from the coaches. And it comes down right here, this playoff game. 4th and 1 coming up for the Greyhounds, holding the 8-point lead. Crucial down for both teams as Acosta's in a shotgun formation. Keeps it himself, finds a lane to work with. Tripped up, and it's going to be very close to a 1st down. Wait for the official signal, very close to a 1st down. Looks like they're going to bring out the sticks for a measurement. Still waiting for the official marking and discussion. It's very close to a 1st down. The Eagles do not like this spot. The Eagles do not like this spot at all. It's going to be very close to a first down. Still waiting for the official signal. It's literally inches determining this first down, and they're still waiting for the official discussion. As they're going to bring out, very rare in today's game that you see the chain unit come out for official measurement. The Greyhounds are very is waiting for this very important measurement. And it's enough for a first down as the Greyhounds able to keep the drive alive with a new set of down. The Eagle fans do not like it, but it's the right call. And it's a new set of downs with a first down. First and 10 with the ball now sitting at the Greyhound 35-yard line. Clock's going to resume play at 8:28. Corsa in the shotgun formation, looking downfield, comes back to the out route. Once again, Rodriguez brought down. So the Eagles are playing this soft coverage. Rodriguez has been killing them over the top all game. So they've been giving him the respect and backing up. And the great awareness by Coach Rios has gone back to him a couple of times on that comeback route. And on that one, on first and 10, it's able to pick up 5 yards, bringing up second and 5, 7:55 left to play in the fourth quarter, excuse me. Second and 5 coming up for the Greyhounds. Acosta all alone in the backfield. Eagles bringing pressure up the middle. A low snap. Acosta able to get away. Able to pick it up off the ground and turn a busted play into at least a positive. Picking up 2 on that one. Giving the Greyhounds about 3 yards to gain for a first down. So a big difference that you see from the Eagles from the first half is the first half they were only rushing 3 down linemen. So far in the second half, they brought 4 and extra pressure behind it, and now the Greyhounds facing a 3rd and 3. Suarez in motion, going to give him a pitch around the right side, stretching it around, finally able to break away from one. There is a penalty thrown in the backfield, usually in the area of holding. So that's going to take away a big first down gain by the Greyhounds and back it up 10 yards. So now the Greyhounds are going to be behind the sticks on 3rd down, something the Greyhounds did not want to happen. So after the penalty, the Greyhounds now facing a 3rd and 12. 6:40 left to play in the fourth quarter. Ozuna is on one-on-one coverage towards the right outside. Over the top help is more favored towards Rodriguez. Look for the comeback route. Acosta able to get it away. Ozuna able to fight with it. Comes down with it. A huge catch. Ozuna pretty much muscles up the defender. Acosta fitting into tired coverage on Ozuna with a big catch, able to fight for it and come down with a big reception that now moves the Greyhounds into Eagle territory with the ball sitting at the Eagle 23-yard line. 1st and 10 with the new set of downs. 6:30 left to play in the fourth quarter. The Greyhounds with a new set of downs after the big catch with Ozuna from Acosta to Ozuna. Acosta shotgun formation. Man in the backfield, still pushing forward. quickly met at the line of scrimmage by the Eagles. A no gain on that one is going to bring up 2nd and 10. More importantly, though, the clock is still ticking. It's going to be under 6 minutes by the time the Greyhounds snap this one. Again, Greyhounds holding on a 23-15 lead. .550 left to play. 9 seconds on the game clock. Greyhounds facing a 2nd and 10. And they're going to burn their second timeout of the half. As the play clock just trickled down, and the Greyhounds not going to risk it as they're going to burn their second timeout of the half. Again, haven't been able to give many shout outs to our sponsors, but let's go ahead and give one right now real quick as our all season long sponsors, the Homeboys 2.0, Moon Jumps and Entertainment, Jeremiah and Ileana Bettis, the Rodriguez family, Ruben and Nicole, the Friends of the Taft City Parks, the Rams and Sons Lawn Service LLC, the Alanis family, Omar and Abby, the Felix family, the Flores family, Felix and Martha, along with the Cotton View Terrence Taft Housing Authority and the Lone Star Crane Service. Again, thank you to these sponsors, and then with them, it's been able to be possible to bring not only tonight's ball game, but a lot of other athletic events across the board. Greyhound Network has been able to bring to Greyhound Nation a live coverage, and it's no different tonight as tonight's audio coverage live from Church, Texas, as the Greyhounds are facing 2nd and 10 coming out of this timeout in Eagle territory with the ball sitting at the 25-yard line as the Greyhounds holding the 8-point lead with 5:42 left to play in the fourth quarter. Here we go, Costa. Gonna give it to Suarez around the right side. Suarez has some room to work with. Able to break away from one. Finally brought down. Oh, he's inside. And it's gonna be a new set of downs as Suarez able to stretch it to the far right side and picks up a new set of downs. Greyhounds now with the ball sitting at the Eagle 12-yard line. 1st and 10, new set of downs. Clock gonna tick under 5 minutes by the time this one snapped. So here we are, Greyhounds on the right hash mark. 1st and 10, new set of downs. Suarez met in the backfield. Eagles able to get penetration and bring him down for a 4-yard loss on that one. So Greyhounds moving backwards, 2nd and 14 coming up. Actually, a little bit farther than that. Get lost about 7 yards. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 17. Eagles getting the break that they were hoping for. Clock ticking just under 4:30 left to play in this fourth quarter. Play clock at 25 seconds. Acosta now going back to the empty backfield. All alone in the shotgun formation. Going to keep it himself with a quarterback draw up the middle. Met quickly, though. Only gains about maybe 4 on that one, bringing up 3rd and about 14 yards to gain. Clock ticking just under 3:50 left to play in this fourth quarter. Greyhounds trying to add a couple more points onto the board. Again, Gildry has a leg, so look for the Greyhounds just probably to try to get him into better field goal situation. So Okosa alone in the shotgun formation. 3rd and 14 coming up for the Greyhounds. Fake Suarez in motion. Suarez is open towards the left side. Able to break away from one and into the end zone for 6. You need it the most. You know where the Greyhounds are going to, and they go to the man himself. Number 21, Josh Suarez, as the Greyhounds able to extend their lead, now holding the lead 29-15, 3:21 left to play in the fourth quarter. Gildry getting lined up to add one more. And a loose Rodriguez picks up the loose ball and able to stretch it into two more. So a loose fumble on the snap. Rodriguez able to pick it up and able to get into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and a late flag is thrown, usually in the area of a personal foul. It was late after the play. So if it's against the Eagles, it's going to give the Greyhounds great starting field position to kick this ball off. So the Greyhounds holding the 31-14 lead over the Eagles late into this fourth quarter. 3:21 exactly left to play. So it is a personal foul against the Eagles. So now the Greyhounds are going to kick off the ball from the Eagle 45-yard line. 3:21 left to play in this fourth quarter. Your Greyhounds holding the 31-15 lead over the Eagles. Great playoff weather, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us as Gildry's going to line this one up. Eagles going to take over about the 5-yard line. Dancing around, trying to find a lane to work with. Still on his feet. Greyhounds able to bring him down at about the 19-yard line. So it's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Eagles, starting out at their own 20-yard line as they're running out of time with 3:15 left to play in this fourth quarter. This Greyhound defense coming out onto the field trying to close this deal out. So here we are, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line, and the Greyhounds going to burn their last timeout of the second half. Greyhounds have no more timeout. 3:15. Coach Castellanos and defensive coordinator Garcia are probably trying to get together as the Eagles are going to try to put one last heave together and try to get onto the board as quickly as possible. Right now it's 31-15, 3:15. Eagles still have all three timeouts, so the Greyhounds are going to be very, very crucial that they buckle down right here, stay disciplined. Again, every time the Eagles catch the ball inside, whether it's 1 or 2 yards or a big gain, it's important that the Greyhounds try to keep them inside the field of play and keep this clock rolling. So here we are, 1st and 10. The Eagles starting out from their own 20-yard line. Inside handoff. They're going to go back towards that read option, and Greyhound defense able to bring him down in the backfield. And a late penalty against the Greyhounds is going to hurt the Greyhounds. They're going to give them a personal foul. Greyhounds just got a little too excited on that one, and the follow-up on the tackle is going to give them a personal foul. And 15 yards with a new set of downs. It's exactly what the Greyhound defense has to be smart. Literally right now, the Eagles were gasping for air, and this just gave them a little bit of life. Again, thank you for tuning in to the nice live audio broadcast. Again, Greyhound Nation, if you're watching, the Greyhounds are on the heels of trying to put together some magic and keep this magic alive. But right now, they're going to have to buckle down on defense as they just gave up a personal foul. So that's going to move the Eagles now to the 35-yard line with 3 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. Still plenty of time. Greyhound defense has to put it together and ice this deal. And it's going to start right here as it's 1st and 10. Now sitting at the 35-yard line with the Eagles' new set of downs. Here we are, 1st and 10, ball at the 35-yard line. 3 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. Eagles going, dropping back into pass, rolling towards the right side. Ozuna in pursuit. Greyhound defense able to come up with the sack on 1st down. So now the Eagles now facing a 2nd and 12 after the 1st down sack by the Greyhound defense. 2:40 left to play in the fourth quarter. Eagles going to have to speed up this offense. So here you are, 2nd and 12 coming up for the Eagles. Now they're pitching it towards the right side, coming back with the end around. Now going back towards the pass, has a receiver open and incomplete as the Eagles trying to pull out everything from their playbook, bringing out the double reverse pass. Had the quarterback open as after he pitched it off, he went for a pass, but an incomplete is going to stop the time of play at 2:11, and the Eagles still facing 12 yards to gain on this 3rd down. So here we go. It's exactly what this Greyhound defense is built for, these long 3rd downs. Look for Ozuna to get active on that outside rush. Eagles going to the end around, trying to stretch it around the left side. Greyhounds in pursuit, and a great defense is showing right there down the line. Back pursuit gives them no yards on that one, bringing up 4th and 10 now for the Eagles. The ball game comes all down to this right here. 2 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. 4th and about 9 yards to gain for the Eagles if they're looking to keep themselves alive in this game with 2 minutes left to play. It looks like Eagles are gonna burn their first time out of the second half, so they still have 2 to work with. After this timeout, they'll need 9 yards to gain to keep this drive alive. Again, great playoff weather right here. 4th and 9 coming up for the Greyhounds. Greyhound fans on their feet. Huge down right here for the Greyhounds as they're looking to end this possession and possibly the game. Eagles rolling out towards the right side, steps up in the pocket, has the receiver wide open. He's able to keep the drive alive, but the ball is loose at the last minute. Waiting to see if he was down or not. And they're going to say that he was down before the ball came out, so the Eagles' drive stays alive. Unfortunately, the Greyhound defense unable to stop them on that one. So a new set of downs now moves the ball into Greyhound territory with the ball sitting at the 44-yard line with 1:40 left to play in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10, Eagles come back with the halfback draw up the middle. Able to pick up about 7 on that one, and the Eagles are going to burn their second timeout of the half, and they're going to stop the time of play at 1:38 in this fourth quarter. So again, thank you for tuning in. Right now, we're sitting at 1:30 left to play in the fourth quarter. Your Greyhounds holding the 31-15 lead over the Rogers Eagles. Rogers Eagles trying to keep themselves alive in this ball game. Again, all Greyhound fans on their feet as they're cheering on the Greyhounds, trying to ice this game. Eagles, incomplete pass on first down. There is a late flag thrown. Looks like an ineligible receiver downfield. It's going to back up the Eagles. An illegal man down the field is going to back up the Eagles. So now instead of 2nd and 2, the Eagles now facing a 2nd and 8 yards to gain with 1:30 left to play in the fourth quarter. Time winding down as the Greyhounds trying to close out the deal right here live from Schertz, Texas. Eagles rolling. Has an outside receiver open, stays in the field of play, exactly what the Greyhounds were looking for, and it's going to keep the clock rolling as he's only able to pick up maybe about 6 on that one, bringing up 3rd and 3 yards, but more importantly, the Greyhound defense able to keep him in bounds. So now the clock ticking just under 105 left to play in the fourth quarter, 3 yards to gain on this third down for the Eagles. Inside handoff quickly, and he's going to be short, if not close to a first down. They're going to stop the time real quick as they organize all this. Right now, it looks like he has enough for a first down, but it's going to be under 50 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. So here we are, 4th and 1. They're saying he's short, so the clock is ticking. He's going to be under 50 seconds on 4th and 1. Eagles trying to go right up the middle. Eagles able to get away from one, still on his feet, dancing around, still fighting forward, but he stays in bounds. The Eagles do have one timeout left. 40 seconds left to play. Eagles now get a new set of downs with the ball sitting at the Greyhound 16-yard line. 1st and 10. Eagles dropping back. Quarterback stepping up into the pocket, way past the line of scrimmage. Still fighting for it, but brought down inside the field of play. And the Eagles are going to burn their last timeout with 23 seconds left. 31-15. The Eagles are going to be faced with a third down after this timeout. Again, if you're joining us right now, the Greyhounds trying to hold on to this lead with 23 seconds, sitting in great position right now, holding the 31-15 lead over the Roger Eagles as the Eagles burn their last timeout. Only kind of stoppage they can get from here on out is it's going to have to be a penalty or it's going to have to be a first down. A first down will get the clock stop as a change, or actually, they won't even get a new change. They'll actually be 1st and goal if they're able to pick up the first down. So as soon as the stick or the ball is set, the clock will start ticking again. So 23 seconds on average. Every play takes about 5 to 7 seconds. So the Greyhounds can hold them in bounds. It's exactly what they're hoping for, to keep them out of the end zone. Eagles in that shotgun formation, rolling around the left side, still on his feet, under pressure. Greyhound defense in pursuit, and they're able to hold him up in the field of play. There is multiple penalty flags thrown in the backfield. The time is going to stop at 14 seconds as we wait for the official rulings from these referees. It's going to be a face mask against the Greyhounds. Going to move the ball half a distance to the goal 14 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Now first and goal from the 5-yard line. Again, the Eagles do not have no more timeouts. Rolling around the right side, Greyhounds in pursuit, and a low pass out of the grasp of the Eagles receiver. Incomplete pass is going to stop the time of play at 10 seconds. Second and goal coming up for the Eagles. So here we are, second and goal with 10 seconds left to play in this game. Eagles dropping back. Greyhounds in pursuit. And the Eagles able to get in for a last-second touchdown. Greyhounds still holding a lead over the Eagles. It's going to be a huge 2-point conversion. The Eagles do have to get this conversion in order to make it a one-possession game. Again, there is only 5 seconds left to play, and the Eagles do have no more timeouts. And the Greyhounds are holding the 31-21 lead over the Eagles as the Eagles are lining up to go for two. And the Greyhounds are able to pick it off on the 2-point conversion, and it's going to be no good as the Greyhounds are going to be able to hold on to this one as they hold 5 seconds left in the game. 31-21. Expect the onside kick from the Roger Eagles, but it looks like the Eagles are just going to run out of time on this one. And the Greyhounds, I didn't want to jinx it all game, but it's exactly what I've been hoping to say. The Greyhounds are looking to move into round 3 for the first time since 1982, so the magic is still alive as the Greyhounds are looking to ice this deal. It's going to all come down to this onside kick right here. Greyhounds still holding that 10-point lead with 5 seconds. Rogers or Greyhounds do not have no more timeouts. So here we are. Rogers getting set for the onside kick. Greyhounds well expecting the onside kick. 5 seconds left to play. Onside kick goes towards the right side, and the Greyhounds able to come up with it easily on that one as the celebration is starting to happen amongst the Greyhounds sideline as the Greyhounds are going to be able to hold on against the Roger Eagles and move into the third round. So the magic stays alive, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank you for tuning in to tonight's special audio broadcast live from Schertz, Texas, as the Greyhounds are going to move into the third rounds for the first time since 1982. So the Greyhounds are moving on to the third round as one last final kneel is going to seal the deal for the Greyhounds as they're going to take this win over the Roger Eagles 31-21. Again, thank you for tonight for listening in to tonight's audio broadcast as the Taft Greyhounds are able to hold on against the Rogers Eagles and move into the third round since the first time since 1982. So again, big shout outs for watching, for tuning in tonight. We'll see you next week as it looks like the Taft Greyhounds are going to be taking on the Post. So we'll see y'all next week. And a note, one last time, go